By PhotoRichard Morris Jr., left takes a selfie with Mark Grace, a retired Major League Baseball infielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Chicago Cubs, during an autograph signing at the Night of Memories event held at Vanderburgh 4-H Center in Evansville, Indiana, Saturday, Jan. 12, 2019. Photo, Sam Owens, Courier. They signed tons of autographs during the Night of Memories at the Vanderburgh 4-H Center. The Cubs and Cardinals is a great rivalry. It always has been, way before I got to the Cubs, and Jimmy got to St. Louis, said Grace, a former Chicago first baseman. It continues and it's still great. Some of the old rivalries are still around, even after generations have passed. Co-headliners at the annual youth fundraiser, Edmonds and Grace were joined by Miami Marlins manager Don Mattingly, College and Pro Football Hall of Famer Bob Greasy, plus former Cardinal pitcher, outfielder Rick Ankiel, Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Jared Eichhoff and former Washington Nationals pitcher Aaron Barrett, currently in the team's minor league system. Grace and the Cubs did not end of good terms. He left as a free agent following the 2000 season after Chicago declined to offer salary arbitration. He got the last laugh. In his first year with the Arizona Diamondbacks, they won the World Series. We had some pretty good players in Arizona, Grace said. Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling had something to do with that. We had a great group of veterans, such as myself, Jay Bell, Matt Williams, Steve Finley and Reggie Sanders from other organizations. We were kind of cast off, but we mixed really well the next couple of years. By photo, Mary Monroe, center right, tells Jim Edmonds, a retired Major League Baseball player and current broadcaster for Fox Sports Midwest, that she is a huge fan of him during the Night of Memories autograph signing at Vanderburgh 4-H Center in Evansville, Indiana, Saturday, Jan. 12, 2019. Monroe's husband, John Monroe, center left, took pictures of her talking to Edmonds and laughed along with them. Photo, Sam Owens, Courier. Grace finished with a career .303 batting average and was a three-time All-Star and four-time Gold Glover. Mattingly, a favorite like Harold Reynolds at the Mattingly Charities event on Thursday at City View Event Center at Sterling Square, Edmonds said Mattingly was one of his favorite players. This is my first Night of Memories, and it's interesting to see what it's all about, said Edmonds, who helped spark the Cardinals to the 2006 World Series title. Randomly, Don Mattingly was my favorite ball player growing up and now I'm a friend of his. Coming to an event that he's involved in is pretty cool, Edmonds said. Participating in the Night of Memories was a great way to give back, without doing much. We were part of an era where you just did your job. I watched Don play as a kid and later kids watched us play. We try to do what's right and it's really neat to see the community come out. While Grace is a color analyst on Diamondbacks telecasts, Edmonds fills a similar role with the Cardinals. It's great to see some of your peers, Edmonds said. I see Mark Grace once a year and obviously I see Rick Ankiel. He said there isn't that much banter anymore, except maybe on the golf course. It's nice to know guys that played and it forms a special kind of bond, Edmonds said. It's definitely something you share the rest of your lives. After a 3-year absence, the Cardinals hope to return to the playoffs after adding first baseman Paul Goldschmidt and reliever Andrew Miller. Goldschmidt was a 6-time All-Star with the Diamondbacks. Miller was a 2-time All-Star. He pitched most recently for the Cleveland Indians. However, Edmonds said he didn't know if they could single-handedly propel the Cardinals to the playoffs, but they are definitely huge additions, he said. Edmonds wasn't sure if St. Louis was finished adding pieces to the puzzle. It all depends on the front office, if they're happy enough, he said. Photo, Jim Edmonds, a retired Major League Baseball player and current broadcaster for Fox Sports Midwest, shakes hands with a fan before signing autographs during the Night of Memories event held at Vanderburgh 4-H Center in Evansville, Indiana, Saturday, Jan. 12, 2019. Photo, Sam Owens, Courier. He didn't hit as many home runs as Mike Schmidt but was one of the best defensive guys I've ever seen play the infield. Guys like that, you love being teammates with. He was something special. Edmonds said none of his trademark catches or clutch home runs stand out in particular. My career was a blessing and special, and I was lucky to be around Don Mattingly and Mark Grace and Rick Ankiel. It was just a thrill for me. Mattingly said baseball is inundated with home runs and strikeouts and needs more players such as Grace, who hit .300 and put the ball in play. Baseball is cyclical, like the stock market and like anything else, Grace said. Eventually somebody comes up with a concept and it becomes copycat. All sports are like that. It used to be the West Coast defense in football. It's still the teams that win have the best pitching and best bullpen. But in this day and age, a guy who hits 30 balls into the seats and strikes out 210 times is a pretty valuable player. More.